Well, switching gears here, once a giant in the Illinois legislature, former House Speaker Mike Madigan is in the hot seat today on trial for federal corruption charges. Today, the court will begin seating the jury. So for more on that, we got CBS Chicago legal analyst Irv Miller joining us. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
All right, so this case has been making headlines for decades at this point. So getting that fair jury in place is going to be so important. How hard do you think that's going to be?
It's going to be difficult because he is so well known. He's known from the top of the state to the bottom of the state. And the jurors who are going to be picked are going to be from the northeastern part of Illinois. It's not just Chicago, not just Cook, it's going to be the Collar counties as well. And so they're going to have to find people that haven't made up their minds, don't have an opinion about Michael Madigan, either as a person, as a politician, or as a government official. So that's the difficult part because he's so well known.
And recently, something we've been talking about a lot was the Supreme Court looking at a case on bribery in the U.S. and how it would be handled. Do you think we're going to see any of that affect what's happening in this case?
Well, that's the Snyder case out of Indiana, and I think the prosecutor has fine-tuned this case to avoid the problems that were created in that case. I think that you're not going to hear the word gratuity in this case because that's what the Supreme Court said was a no-no. What you're going to talk about this time, what the prosecutors are talking about quid pro quo, bribery, nothing to do with, hey, you did a great job, here's a gift for you.
Okay, so one of the things I've been thinking about as we head into this case is it's just so much involved here. We've got two defendants, we've got so many people and players in this. What should we be looking out for? What are some keys that you think that we should look at as we go into this?
I think the important information will come from jurors hearing audio tapes of telephone calls, seeing the actual emails that were exchanged during the course of this, because when jurors hear witnesses testify, always in the back of their mind is that person telling the truth?
Yeah.
Well, when you have something on a telephone call or a recording when somebody's wearing a wire, that takes the credibility out of it, and they can just focus on what's said or what they read. So I think the gist of the important information is going to come from the audio tapes or the emails that the jury will see.
Speaking of what the jury will see and hear, I think what we always have to think about is this jury is our peers, these people who are going to have to consume a lot of information with a lot of people and terms. How do you sort through that, especially as a prosecutor, you know, or going in there, or a defendant trying to figure all this out?
It's not easy because at the end of the case, after the closing arguments, the jurors are going to be instructed as to the law, and these go on and on and on with technical legal terms. I have to tell you, when I read the instructions in this case that's going to be read to the jury, I had some questions about what the heck is this referring to. So it's not easy. So these 12 people, they're going to decide the case in the jury room eventually. They're going to have the instructions. They're going to go through it. They're going to fight about what they say. They have the right to send a note to the judge to explain something if there's a problem, which is frequently done in these cases. And I suspect that'll happen more than once in this case.
I feel like the opening statements in something like this is really important, that the basic language, right?
Absolutely. The prosecutor wants to let these jurors know what's going to happen over the probably 10 weeks of this case, because there's multiple schemes involved in this case. ComEd, AT&T, you know, having people paid for not working. They want to put it all together at the beginning so the jurors can kind of figure out where it's going.
Yeah, I know we'll be talking to you throughout what could be a 10-week-long trial, as you just mentioned. CBS Chicago legal analyst Irv Miller, thank you for your insight and for being here.
Absolutely.